What's up, Blue Jay fans? It's Robb Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast, back with another game day recap. Blue Jays, White Sox, U.S. Cellular Field, Game 2. Blue Jays come in 40-35 against the Sox, who are 37-37. The Jays, 3 back of Boston, 3.5 back of Baltimore. And R.A. Dickey on the mound, 4-8 with a 4.08 ERA. But pitching very well on grass with a 2.70 ERA, so I was very interested to see how that would work itself out against Miguel Gonzalez, who's 1-2 with a 4.29 ERA. Also a little bit better on grass, 3.80 ERA. So I'm going to get right to it. I'm not going to break it all down like I usually do, because this game actually has me feeling a little bit almost like we lost it. The Jays did win 10-8. They scored a lot of runs, and we gave up a lot of runs. 7 home runs to the Chicago White Sox. Ezequiel Carrera, 2 for 5 with a run. Devin Travis, another nice game. He's really heating up, playing well. He's 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies, home run, 2 RBIs, a walk. Donaldson, 2 for 4 with a run, a ribby, and a walk. Edwin, 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies, now continuing to lead the majors. 2 runs scored as well, and another walk. And Troy Tulowitzki, 2 for 5 with 2 ribbies. So that's nice to see him heating up as well. R.A. Dickey did get the win. He went to 5-8. He didn't deserve it, but he hasn't deserved a lot of his losses either. So it's evening itself out. He went 5 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 7 Ks, and gave up 4 home runs. The bullpen was shaky again. Tossed 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 Ks. And they gave up 3 home runs. Miguel Gonzalez took the loss, 1 for 3 with a 5 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks, 1 home run. Thanks for coming, Miguel, and serving up that big fat W to us. The Chi Sox threw 4 relievers at us. They threw 3 2/3 innings. They gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and struck out a batter. As I said, Chicago hit 7 home runs. Canadian boy Brett Laurie, 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, 1 an inside the park job. Drove in 3 and scored 2. Deoner Navarro, another XJ, was 1 for 4 with 1 of those home runs. And Adam Eaton was 3 for 4 with a home run. Quick notes on injuries. Gavin Floyd left with some shoulder tightness. And Justin Smoke fouled a ball off his knee. Gibbons doesn't think it's too bad, but as far as I know, no timeline for when he will return. So why does this feel, this win, which all wins are great, I don't care how they happen, but why does this one feel like a loss to me? I guess because when we get these wins, it masks the problems. You know, and the problems showed themselves, at least the bullpen problem again, was masked by all the offense. You know, and I see guys on Twitter, and I don't mean to keep picking on Mike Wilner, but listen, the guy he puts up with a lot of garbage from people, and I feel bad for him in that sense, but he is as biased one way as the other clowns are the other way. You know, he's overly optimistic, and he gloats, oh, you know, when something good happens, you know, he mocks the people who say, whatever. You know, when really there's a middle ground here. There's holes that need to be acknowledged, which he doesn't acknowledge, and there's strengths that the team has, which we also need to acknowledge. So the strength is in the pitching staff, as long as we don't send Aaron Sanchez to the bullpen, which I still think is ridiculous. Big, strong, 23-year-old kid can pitch 200 innings. I think Marcus Stroman will turn himself around, but he is in trouble, and he pitches tomorrow, and we're going to find out how much trouble he remains in. But you can't keep throwing him out there if we want to fight for this playoff spot. But regardless, the starting staff is a strength. The bullpen is a weakness. And a weakness you do not want to go into the playoffs if this team as constructed can make the playoffs. Which right now they're not in a playoff spot. So they're not even a playoff team. But let's just say they do heat up. Let's say the balances come from one spot, the offense is picking itself up, and all the counterbalances are made. and this team becomes a playoff spot. You did not want to go in with this bullpen. And when we have games like this, it masks the flaws, and people say, hey, things are fine. Look at this. We're booming and we're banging the ball. Yeah, we boomed and banged the ball this game, but we're not going to do this in the playoffs. This is not how this is going to work. And if you put this pen into the playoffs, it's going to expose our weaknesses. You cannot have what we're throwing out there. 3 2/3. What did we do? What did we do today? 5 relievers, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 home runs. We're in the bottom third of the MLB bullpen ERA. Getting worse by the day. Now, the offense, what was encouraging today was that we only hit one home run, but we still scored 10 runs. We banged out 13 hits, but still playing no small ball. No, we're at the bottom of the league in sack hits, sack flies, bunts, steals, hitting into double plays. All of the things that you have to do well to win playoff baseball, we don't do any of them. So again, it was nice to see that in this offense, but again, it's exposing or it's masking the flaws. It's masking the issues that we have. We can't play small ball. We can't move runners along. We hit into too many double plays. We don't know how to sack fly, sack hit, sack. We can't do any of that stuff. And our bullpen is bad. Yes, bad. Okay? When you're in the bottom third of the league, that's a bad bullpen. So this was a win, but it feels like something else happened. It almost feels like a loss to me. Dickey's start doesn't matter to me because Dickey is like this. He's up and down. And he's not going to be in the playoff rotation anyway, or at least he will be avoided where necessary because he is this guy. He's too inconsistent. He's great. He's awful. He's decent. You never know what you're going to get from him. Again, he came in with a 2.70 ERA this year, pitching on grass, and gave up 4 home runs in 5 1/3 innings. So I'm struggling to find I'm struggling to feel good about this win, and maybe it's because we also got Chris Sale coming at us tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, that is the matchup. Marcus Stroman tomorrow, 6-3 with a 5.23 ERA versus Chris Sale, leading the league with 12 wins. He's 12-2 with a 2.83 ERA. That game starts at 2:10 Eastern. That's 3:10 my time, Atlantic. What would that be? 3:40 Newfoundland time. Super Atlantic. So we go tomorrow, try and get 2 out of 3. I don't feel good for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not just a pessimist. I'm a realist. I look at the stats, I look at the numbers, and I see the flaws. But I see the excitement people have after a win like this, and I think there needs to be a healthy dose of skepticism. But we will find out tomorrow, and I look forward to speaking to you with another game recap. Talk to you tomorrow.